Hey everybody, welcome back to Barbecue Right. Here we are in the middle of our holiday season, so we're going to fix some holiday foods. So let me tell you what we got planned for today, alright? What we're going to do is we're going to take a turkey breast, and I'm going to take the meat part off of the turkey breast. So we're going to have two boneless, skinless turkey breasts. We're going to put them in a brine overnight. You would like to brine them for 24 hours if you can. I'm probably going to be only able to do around 12 or 15. We're going to take it out of the brine. We're going to hit it with some nice seasonings. We're going to smoke it on some pecan smoke for a couple hours. Around 300, we're going to hit it with a nice glaze towards the end, probably double glaze. This is going to turn out scrumptious. So let me show you what we got. So here are our two boneless, skinless turkey breasts. We're going to put them in our brine. So we're going to have a very simple brine. I'm going to take a gallon of water. To that I'm going to add a half a cup of kosher salt and a half a cup of brown sugar. Then we're going to put it in a large container. We're going to put our turkey breast in there. We're going to top it off with some ice. We're going to put it in our refrigerator, like I say, for at least 12 hours. Now what a brine is going to do, the salt and the sugar is going to get actually into the meat. It's going to absorb it. It's going to help tenderize it. It's going to add some flavor to it as well. If you don't want to do a brine, you can do an injection. You can buy an injection kit. There's different things you can buy out there. You can just make your own injection if you would like to do that. So that's what we're going to do with our brine. Okay, so we took our turkey breast out of the brine. They were in there for about 16 hours. Dried them off, seasoned them up with this Weber savory barbecue rub. They look gorgeous, so we're going to let them hang out for about 15 minutes. Let's show how we're going to set up the Weber kettle. Alright, so here's how we have the kettle set up today. As you can see, I'm going to use the Vortex. I really like using this, but I'm going to have the fire only on half of it. A lot of you may say, why don't you just use a basket? I just prefer doing this. I really like this. So we're going to light this tumbleweed from the bottom. Going to let that rascal catch up. When it catches up, I've got a few of these sitting on the side we'll put on it. This is going to take about 20 minutes to set up, get going, then we'll put the rest of our grill together. We're going to smoke this around 300 degrees today. Alright, so our timer has went off, so it's ready to go. So let me explain to you a little bit about the kettle. This draft, the exhaust, leave wide open. I have adjusted the intake on the bottom. This is setting at like 305 degrees. Now also, do not go by the temperature gauge. The temperature gauge is right here. My fire is over here, okay? This is not going to be accurate. This is actually reading 450. I have a probe set up over here, which is where we're going to cook. So this one is accurate. We're going to put the turkey breast over here. So the way this works, our fire is over here, the smoke and the exhaust on this side. So we got a chunk of pecan on there. It's going to throw some nice smoke flavor on it. You can see we have our gauge here. Going to put our turkey breast right here, and then we will put one right here next to it. Now's a good time, if you see any spots that you missed, go ahead and re-hit those with your seasoning. So we're going to let these cook until it reaches an internal temperature of roughly 100 degrees. Then we're going to top them with a little bit of just plain straight melted butter. Alright, it's been roughly about 35 minutes. These are temping a little bit under 120. So here's what we're going to do. I've just got plain butter. I'm going to drizzle this butter on here. Okay, I'm not going to brush it on. I don't want to disturb anything, so to speak. So we'll hit both of these guys. This butter's going to help it form a nice little crust. It's going to put a nice little color on it as well. Plus, man, y'all know you put butter on something, it's good. It's just all day, man. It's like Adrian Peterson. It's all day. All right, I'm not going to bore you with doing both of them. But so anyway, that's the process. So there you go. All right, so we have hit the internal temperature of 140. So let me tell you what I got here, man. I got like 8 ounces of apple jelly. We've got brown sugar, some apple juice, and some honey. I put it on the stove, mixed it all up. It's a nice liquid, as you can tell. We're going to drizzle this all over these turkey breasts. Now once again, let me reiterate, we're going to drizzle this on the turkey breast. You don't want to brush this on because it can take off some of this nice coating, and I'm not going to use the word bark because this really isn't bark. that you've worked so hard to get on the outside of these turkey breasts. You just want it to drizzle on there. Get this backside. The camera can't necessarily see that. Alright, so anyway, I'm not going to bore you with watching all of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably do this again in just a few minutes. Alright, we're at 153. Let's go ahead and glaze this one more time. We're going to double glaze it. That's what I'm talking about. Now with poultry, you're going to want to cook this to an internal temperature of 165. I'm going to cook this to about 163, somewhere in there. I'm going to pull it off and just let it rest, and then the carryover will take it to 165. Man, I tell you, man, I really like the way this looks. This is really, man, it's going to be some good stuff. Glaze this guy. Now we're going ahead with some turbinado sugar. That's a larger grain sugar. That's going to make a nice little crust on this thing. We're going to let this set in here for about another 10 minutes or so, man, and this sugar is going to break down and it's going to be a little crunchy. This stuff's going to be good. So y'all check back. Alright folks, I think we made it in just in the nick of time. It's starting to rain. So let's get these guys off of here. They temped at 163. So use your handy dandy big spatula. Get these rascals off. Let's take them on in the house. We'll let them carry over for a little bit. I am so happy with how this thing turned out. But before we get to slicing, I'd like to ask you, if you like what you saw here today, to subscribe to the channel and like and share the content of the channel. I'd like to ask you to click the bell, and when you click the bell, hit all. Now what that's going to do every time we put up some brand new videos or material to YouTube or to YouTube Shorts, you're going to get it so you won't miss anything. We're also on Facebook at Barbecue Riot, and we're also on Instagram and TikTok. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and get to slicing. I'm not bragging, but do those just not look gorgeous? Alright, so let's do it. So you start on the small end, kind of want to fan it. You're going to cut on a bias. Then when you get up here to the bigger part, just straighten your knife back out. So, man, this is going to be great for if you wanted it for dinner, if you wanted it for sandwiches, whatever. It's going to be great. Now, I will tell you, I've already sampled some of the other one. This is delicious. This is truly very, very good. It's nice and juicy. Has a great barbecue taste to it. So how do you think that turned out? Does that not look good? I must go in for the kill. I've waited long enough on this. Just get a little piece out of the middle here. Really good. Give me a second. First of all, this turkey is extremely tender. It's very moist. It's cooked just perfectly. This glaze, you can taste so many things going on with this glaze. You can taste the apple in it. Obviously, it's quite sweet, but that Weber seasoning combined with that turbinado sugar, this is great. It's got a little bit of crunch to it. You can taste the sugar along with that Weber seasoning. That is a great combination. It really is. So listen, if you would like to add this to your Thanksgiving or your Christmas repertoire, you go right ahead. It's wonderful stuff. So I want to thank y'all for all you do, for tuning in and helping the channel grow. This is our very first of many holiday dishes. I want to wish all of you all happy holidays. Giddy up.